โอเคสวัสดีนะคะก็วันนี้เป็นอีกครั้งหนึ่งที่เรากลับมาไลฟ์กันนะคะจริงๆแล้วมันเป็นภาค2เรียกว่าเป็นภาค2หลังจากที่ครั้งแรกเนี่ยเราตั้งคำถามว่าถ้าเกิดสมมุติโควิดยังอยู่กับเรานะคะอย่างน้อยปีหรือ2 ปีเนี้ยการเรียนการสอนการวิจัยด้านสถาปัตยกรรมเนี่ยจะเป็นยังไงแล้วถ้าหลังโควิดล่ะจะเกิดอะไรขึ้นวันนี้เราโชคดีมากเลยนะคะเราก็ได้ดร.หญิงชางซึ่งเป็นผู้ช่วยศาสตราจารย์นะคะทางด้านออกแบบสถาปัตยกรรมผังเมืองนะคะอยู่ที่ประเทศจีนซึ่งความน่าสนใจก็คือว่านอกจากโอเคจะเป็นเพื่อนที่สนิทกันมากแล้วนะคะที่เรายังติดต่อกันอยู่เรื่อยๆเนี่ยช่วงที่เกิดวิกฤตแรกๆเมื่อปลายปีที่แล้วจนถึงเดือนกุมภาที่ผ่านมาเนี่ยค่ะเธออยู่ที่อู่ฮั่นซึ่งเป็นบ้านเกิดของเมืองเกิดของเธอเองเลยนะคะซึ่งที่อู่ฮั่นเนี่ยแน่นอนเป็นประเทศเป็นเมืองแรกๆใช่ไหมคะที่พบว่ามีผู้ติดเชื้อโคโรนาไวรัสเนี่ยค่ะในเวอร์ชัน2019นะคะเป็นเมืองแรกของโลกแล้วก็มีมาตรการที่เข้มงวดเด็ดขาดทำให้ประเทศจีนเนี่ยอยู่ในสถานการณ์ที่ดีขึ้นอย่างรวดเร็วนะคะแล้วเราก็จะมาชวนกันคุยวันนี้ว่านอกจากเรื่องที่เราเจอโควิดแล้วเรามองไปข้างหน้าค่ะเราอยากรู้ว่าถ้าครั้งหนึ่งในอนาคตอันใกล้นี้โควิดกลายเป็นโรคไข้หวัดอาจจะเป็นไข้หวัดหนักหน่อยคล้ายๆไข้หวัดใหญ่ประจำฤดูกาลประจำปีที่มาอยู่นะคะคนยังกลัวอยู่เหมือนอย่างทุกวันนี้ไหมแล้วมันจะกระทบกับการเรียนการสอนทางด้านสถาปัตย์จริงหรือเปล่าแล้วจริงๆมันจะมี new normal มันจะเป็นไปได้ไหมจะเกิดบรรทัดฐานใหม่ที่กระทบเรื่องการเรียนการสอนทางด้านสถาปัตย์จริงไหมนะคะวันนี้ยันไม่ได้มาคนเดียวค่ะก็มากับดร.สัตคุณโคสาวินทะนะคะซึ่งเป็นอาจารย์ประจำอยู่ที่คณะสถาปัตย์พระจอมเกล้าลาดกระบังเราด้วยค่ะ And today we are not only two of us, but we will translate for a certain time during we talk with Dr. Ying Chang today. And we have Associate Professor Yan Hui with us.
Assistant Professor.
Assistant Professor.
Yes.
Okay, Associate Professor in the future, okay? And we also have Dr. Ying Chang. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello. Dr. Ying Chang is a lecturer at Department of Urban Planning and Design of Xian Jiaotong Liverpool University in China. I just talked in Thai a bit for the Thai audience that during the crisis, at the very beginning on Earth, that you were in Wuhan, in your hometown. Can you tell me briefly, we really want to learn what happened, your experience when you were in Wuhan for at least what I know is 75 days quarantine in your house.
Thank you, Antika, for your invitation for this online meeting. Firstly, I didn't know that Wuhan is one of the topics of today's session. I'm sorry, there was some background noise from one of you.
I think it's better not to use. I think it's better not to use the headphone.
I think someone was typing.
No one's typing. Satakun, maybe.
Okay, maybe Satakun, can you turn off your microphone? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I will turn off my microphone as well.
Me too.
Yeah.
Okay, is that better? But the Wuhan is just the background that where you're from, and then we will go to the architecture education because we really want to learn from you what happened after, the crisis is quite relief at that time.
It has been a while since the lift of lockdown. It's exactly 1 month already. After the lift of the lockdown of the whole city. So I feel very relaxed now. And as I mentioned in last session, it was not difficult. I mean, not very difficult for us because we have food supply organized by government. So there was a panic at the beginning, of course, because it was the first city being affected by this crisis. But it seems people have got adapted to the new situation very quickly. And at that time, we have the consensus that we should stay at home because that's for the sake of public health. So, and I was staying with my family. And many people, in fact, have felt that it was a nice experience to spend a lot of more time with family. And we felt it was very precious period. Not just me, and many of my colleagues in different cities, they had the same feeling that it was a precious opportunity to spend the entire Spring Festival with our family. And we have a cat, so life was not very boring to us.
Yeah, and I know that at that time, around February, is the Chinese New Year as well.
Yeah, that's supposed to be a time, and I think the timing was not too bad because it was the Spring Festival period, and all the activities was paused because of the biggest festival in our culture. So yes, so I didn't really feel very, very different or difficult because that was what we're supposed to do. Stay at home and spend time with family. And our neighborhood, it's quite a modern neighborhood, and we have very good self-organization at community level. And soon we have volunteers to help to distribute the food. And the government organized the buses to deliver food to every neighborhood. So we obtain the news from TV, and we know that the situation in different neighborhoods is slightly different. And to our experience, it was quite efficiently organized and adapted to the new situation. Food supply, I think that was essential.
Right. The food is the most important, particularly at that time. It's quite in the winter. It's not getting warmer like this time, right? So I think all supplies is very important.
Yes, and also many other provinces, they have immediately taken action and send their support to us. So suddenly we feel all the resources of the whole country was concentrated in my city. And we feel very grateful, in fact, from our heart.
Okay, thank you so much. Just a very brief introduction to some background that what happened at that time. I will change into Thai a bit because most of the audience are Thais, okay? ตอนแรกนี่นะคะเราก็จะเกริ่นนิดนึงก่อนว่าพอดีเราได้แนะนำไปแล้วว่าดร.หญิงชางเนี่ยช่วงที่มีวิกฤตแรกๆเลยที่ประเทศจีนเนี่ยเธออยู่ที่อู่ฮั่นซึ่งเป็นบ้านเกิดของเธอเองนะคะเราก็ถามว่าตอนนั้นเป็นยังไงบ้างปรากฏว่าการบริหารจัดการของประเทศจีนและก็ระดับชุมชนในที่เขาอยู่เนี่ยเนเบอร์ฮูดของเขาเนี่ยก็ช่วยเหลือกันดีมากๆนะคะแล้วก็มีการจัดการที่ดีรัฐบาลเนี่ยส่งอาหารนะคะโดยผ่านมาทางเป็นคล้ายๆรถบัสอย่างเงี้ยนะคะก็น่าจะเป็นรถคันใหญ่คล้ายๆรถบรรทุกนะคะก็เอามาส่งให้ในละแวกบ้านเลยแล้วก็จะมีวอลันเทียร์ที่จะไปคอยรับแล้วก็ส่งต่ออาหารมาในระดับชุมชนรวมถึงข้ามจังหวัดก็จังหวัดไหนที่ยังไม่เจอวิกฤตในการติดเชื้อเนี่ยนะคะก็จะส่งเสบียงส่งอาหารเนี่ยเข้ามาช่วยที่เมืองวูฮั่นที่เธออยู่ด้วยนะคะโอเค so I think at that time everything is quite stopped at Wuhan. And what about your university? I guess at the time it's not semester break yet.
In fact, we had a short winter break, and the semester was for staff, was supposed to start from mid of February, and we had 1 week postpone of the start of the semester, but it's still very early compared to other universities in China. And we have 2 terms, so we only have the spring and autumn term. So the spring term was supposed to start around the middle of February. So as soon as the whole country has started to take measures to prevent the outbreak in other cities, so very soon we have heard like changing policies of opening time of new semesters. So I remember it was very soon that we had been told we're going to have online teaching for the first 6 weeks, and the decisions will be made later whether the situation will be continued. So the plan A we had was to have 6 weeks online teaching and switch to the on-campus teaching if everything back to normal. But then because the changing situation at the global scale, and then our university has decided to have online teaching for the whole semester.
Okay, so I think it's quite similar situation now. As soon as announcement of teaching has to be online, what happened at that time? Because it's quite similar in Thailand. Even my university is like only a week that we was noticed before, and then a week after, everything have to go online. Of course, no one prepared for that, but finally we adapt very fast. And what about your experience then?
I have started online teaching since 2016, I remember. So at that time, to me, it was not shocking at all, because I, in fact, have some materials already.
Okay.
Like a recorded video from previous years. So I was not worried at that time. And in fact, I was thinking, as many other colleagues, it might be a good opportunity to upscale the online teaching infrastructure and also to transform the culture from conventional teaching to online teaching.
Okay, I will translate a bit. ตอนนี้ก็ลองถามดูนะคะว่าช่วงที่หลังจากรู้ว่าเกิดมาตรการที่จะต้องหยุดทุกอย่างแล้วอะค่ะมหาลัยก็เป็นหนึ่งในหลายๆที่นะคะที่จะต้องหยุดทำการใช่ไหมคะก็เหมือนของเรานะคะแล้วก็ถามเขาว่าตอนนั้นเป็นยังไงเพราะว่าไม่นานหลังจากนั้นไม่กี่วันนะคะก็รัฐบาลก็ประกาศให้หยุดแล้วก็มหาลัยสอนออนไลน์ก็เลยถามเรื่องของการปรับตัวนี้ที่น่าสนใจก็คือว่าทราบว่าทางประเทศจีนเนี่ยได้มีการเตรียมการสอนเรื่องออนไลน์เนี่ยมาประมาณไม่น้อยกว่า10 ปีแล้วนะคะเดี๋ยวลองจะถามดร.หญิงดูว่าการเตรียมการมาอย่างเงี้ยเป็นยังไงบ้างทีนี้คนที่เข้ามาชมหรือเข้ามาฟังนะคะสามารถคอมเมนต์หรือว่าตั้งคำถามผ่านคอมเมนต์ใต้โพสต์นี้ได้เลยนะคะระหว่างที่เราไลฟ์ไปด้วยเราก็จะเอาคำถามถามดร.หญิงให้ด้วยนะคะ
เดี๋ยวผมจะช่วยดูให้ด้วย
Okay หญิงช่าง Okay I'm just wonder because you say you not really find something quite a problem as soon as you were informed that okay you have to teach online and I learned that in China there are a lot of preparation before that. It's not for COVID of course but for new way of learning by online teaching and learning in the education. So can you tell us of course there's a lot of advantage if you prepare for material of teaching online before And what kind of thing that really the most challenge to you, because we are teaching a bit something related with the architectural design and practice as well, even not your own experience, maybe your colleagues.
My university, is my sound okay? Should I use headset or just use a speaker?
No, this one is fine. It's fine.
Okay. Where we were.
I'm wondering because I learned that in China you are prepared for the online platform for education for some 10 years ago. But for architectural education, do you find anything that challenge, not only for your experience, it can be your experience from your colleagues?
Yes. The most challenging thing is firstly group work.
The group work,
group collaboration in general become very difficult to organize because the inefficiency in communication, and another thing is they feel really isolated and disconnected with each other. That's two both distant and also social factors that affect the quality of communication and collaboration among group members. And the second thing I heard from my colleagues who teach design studio, it's how to demonstrate and help students on their design draft, like drawing, etc. And of course, if you have an interactive pen and you have a tablet, and that will help a lot. But the good thing is my colleagues who teach design studio find that there is a possibility to overcome those challenges. And also we heard colleagues from the Department of Architecture. They also they asked all the students to turn on their camera, and the online classroom was really very interactive. And to some extent, many of my colleagues feel closer to students. And another advantage is that they can see the drawings and examples much more clearly from their laptop than from the printed hard copy. So that's another advantage of online teaching. And another inspiring story I heard from one of my colleagues in Australia. She said she has another friend who has been teaching design studio online for many years. And definitely it's possible and workable, but you have to think differently. So so far, all the design studio of my department have started teaching, and instead of real-time presentation in the classroom, one of my colleagues, a senior colleague who has been teaching design studio for many years, and he said, in fact, he has asked students to pre-recorded their presentation in video, and then they shared and played the video during the tutorial. And he said the quality of the video presentation is very professional, very well prepared, and I think he feels like the quality is even better than in the classroom presentation. That's my impression from my colleague.
Wow, very interesting. You see something you say the closure because you can see from the screen, while sometimes in the paper base might not easier to see like that. Very, very interesting. But we come back with about the tool later on. So I'd like to invite you to share some idea, also Jan and Satakun and some other who listening as well, because at the moment, if we're not think ahead about the near future that what happened. But nowadays, still some majority of people, particularly in Thailand, people still very aware of the, getting closer face to face with others. We don't know that who infect the COVID-19 or not. So the situation nowadays is quite like this. And then we agree of the social distancing. And in some major part of Thailand, the measures still, use the social distancing. But I'm not sure that we will be like this for how long. For example, if you see the many classrooms, they keep the distance, or we quite rely on the medical people a lot to make sure your space are safe and clean or hygiene enough, and we stay away from disease. Even in the classroom, I heard that many, like the high school, already open all around the world. I don't know what the situation in China. And also a lot of new, I call innovation. I would call like a tool to make us, you separate us, like a partition while you were eating. And there's a lot of new coming of the tool to help the social distancing. But my question is, what if in the next year or two, we have the vaccine? And also if the COVID-19 become like the normal season flu, they come every year when then we get the cure and then we recover. So I'm not sure how that affects the education. A lot of people mention a lot of this word, new normal. I'm not sure in your opinion and your experience there, because in China it's quite advanced in terms of the technology, either healthcare, medicine. What about study architecture? What about the learning? Because most of us basing on the practice, face-to-face still very important. Many of my students really, want to come back to the university to use the space to see their friends, and the teacher very suffered because they want to see the student, the work for real. Okay, so we will shift a bit from nowadays, and we want all of us to talk about in the near future. What about the architecture education will be? Or is it possible to be, some people say at least 30% of education would be online. How about your experience? And Jan and Satakun, you can share.
Sorry, Antika, do you want me to start that first? Or
Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please. I want to hear from your experience from China.
Firstly, I unfortunately I don't teach design studio this semester, and I think next time I can introduce other colleagues who teach design to share more, close experience. So here I can share is what I heard from them. I haven't observed the online studio class yet, but I haven't heard much negative feedback yet. And my colleague who teaching postgraduate design studio this semester, and just from the recent student feedback, I heard a very, very positive feedback about owing to the advantage of online teaching. They have collaborative workshop with another local Chinese university. And the students are really grateful for the collaboration and knowledge and expertise exchange between staff and the students of two different educational institutions. Because my university is international and based in UK system, and another university, Chinese university, and it's more conventional Chinese higher education style. So I can see this advantage of this remote teaching, and in fact, it can overcome distance. Sometimes become the advantage for collaborative teaching and learning. I guess, and to me, a personal reflection is I feel closer to many of my friends, and because during this crisis, we feel, how precious life is, and we care more about each other. We treasure our life and time more. So I feel there's a stronger sense of community, although it's virtual or remote or online, but I feel it's growing, and to some extent, I think it can compensate the loss of physical connection and interaction. And to me, I also studied architecture in my undergraduate, and to me, space or architectural education is not just about the physical arrangement of the space, but also there are a lot of theories, mindsets, and one student of year 3 has asked, they want to learn more about the logical thinking of design. So students started to think from other aspects of architecture, design. I think that's a very positive side. So they start to shift their focus from the physical manipulation of materials, of the shape, of the color, into something more abstract or profound or even more advanced. So I think that probably will be a shift in architectural education. I don't think it's bad. Maybe it's good from some other aspect, because I don't know the context in Thailand, but in China and in many other countries, as far as I know, students who have chosen architecture really have focused on the material side, the tangible side, and with less like motivation to study the intangible side. But owing to this crisis, I think it's opportunity to also shift the direction to lead the direction of architectural education into some more intangible sides. So maybe, I don't know. That's what I feel from my personal experience.
Yeah, I think they're very interesting that you see a lot of advantage and quite positive side of the changing the way of interacting with the student. But I wonder, because even if the postgraduate, like the master degree students or PhD students, I face that because they need to do some field work to get the information on the field, even they work with the people, even not the design or studio. For example, they have to go to the communities to make the interview. They cannot do at the moment. So I don't know if you face this kind of experience so far.
Yes, definitely. I think many students feel the main downside of online teaching is we cannot organize site visits and all other field work. I don't have any solution for this. I think we have to postpone some learning and teaching activities like a field work or site visits. But again, I think it's just temporary.
You mean this situation will not, prolong for a long time, right? Not forever, let's say.
Not forever, because if human activity really pause like this, I don't think people will have a need to study architecture anymore. there's no need to build more buildings, right? If no people travel, and no need of infrastructure. So I don't think that will be the future. So it's just temporary. But this blended teaching or mixed online and classroom teaching, I think will be the norm in the future, because we have found a lot of advantages of online teaching, and a combination of both methods could lead better learning outcomes.
Yeah, I just pause a bit for translation. คือก็พยายามชวนถามนะคะว่าณตอนนี้เนี่ยหลังจากที่เรียกว่าออนไลน์กันมาประมาณ2เดือนกว่าแล้วเนี่ยค่ะถ้าเป็นระดับที่สอนสตูดิโออะไรอย่างเงี้ยนะคะเขาเองอาจจะไม่ได้สอนสตูดิโอโดยตรงเพราะส่วนใหญ่จะสอนนักศึกษาปริญญาโทใช่ไหมคะแล้วก็ดร.หญิงก็พบว่ามันก็มีความท้าทายนิดหน่อยตอนที่ต้องทำงานกลุ่มนะคะที่ยังปรับตัวให้มันสมูทไม่ได้แต่ว่าเขากลับไปเห็นข้อดีของการเรียนการสอนออนไลน์จะมากกว่านะคะเช่นการตรวจแบบเพื่อนร่วมงานอาจารย์ร่วมงานกับเขาเนี่ยก็บอกว่ามันทำให้เห็นแบบได้เคลียร์มากขึ้นมากกว่าขนาดที่เด็กต้องเอาปริ้นใส่กระดาษมานั่งคุยกันเพราะว่าผ่านสกรีนเนี่ยมันจะขยายอะไรได้อย่างนั้นเลยใช่ไหมคะแล้วก็ถ้าเกิดมีอุปกรณ์ที่พร้อมเขายกตัวอย่างถ้าเรามีอินเทอร์แอคทีฟปากกาที่มันอินเทอร์แอคได้นะคะก็คือปากกาที่เขียนได้บนจออะไรแบบนี้ก็จะช่วยทำให้การเรียนการสอนมีประสิทธิภาพมากขึ้นเราต้องนึกถึงซีนาริโอในประเทศจีนนะคะที่พวกเทคโนโลยีเหล่านี้มันไม่ได้เป็นของที่แพงมากๆหรือว่านักเรียนจะเข้าไม่ถึงอีกอย่างนึงการสนับสนุนจากภาครัฐก็เรียกว่าทุกคนมีโอกาสเข้าถึงในอุปกรณ์เทคโนโลยีแบบนี้เราต้องนึกถึงซีนาริโอที่เป็นประเทศจีนด้วยนะคะแล้วก็เลยถามว่าถ้าเป็นปริญญาโทปริญญาเอกล่ะจะไปเก็บข้อมูลจะไปยังไงซึ่งอันนี้เองล่ะค่ะที่คิดว่าน่าจะเจอปัญหาคล้ายกันเราก็เลยบอกว่ามันอาจจะยังไม่ใช่สถานการณ์ที่เกิดขึ้นตลอดไปคิดว่ามันเป็นชั่วคราววันหนึ่งก็จะกลับมาเดี๋ยวขออนุญาตเอาคำถามที่มาจากในคอมเมนต์นะคะมีอาจารย์หนอนนะคะถามมาว่าที่จีนนะคะตามข่าวโรงเรียนเนี่ยประถมเริ่มเปิดเรียนแล้วนะคะเดี๋ยวจะถามดร.หญิงให้ว่าสถานการณ์เป็นยังไงแล้วมหาลัยเปิดแล้วหรือยังโอเคหญิงช่าง that's a question from Non. He wonder is the university in China is it only open or not or still closed?
Every province is in different situation. So every province, local government has its own policy according to the local conditions. So the strategy is to give priority to graduating years and to senior, higher level of years, and then those low levels they will be open later. So it's like by ranking, not by priority. But most universities they haven't really fully open campus. So they organize, for example, year 4 students who is going to graduating, and then they come back at first. And then my university only allows PhD students to return to campus, and they are under very high level of quarantine because dormitory is comparatively high density area. Yeah, so that's the situation.
Okay, yeah. ก็หมายถึงว่าจะเปิดไม่พร้อมกันนะคะก็นอกจากคัดเรื่องของอายุนะคะแล้วก็เรื่องของรูปแบบของการเรียนการสอนนั่นก็หมายความว่าเด็กกลุ่มที่โตที่สุดเนี่ยนะคะก็คือที่จะเปิดได้ก็ไล่เรียงมานะคะก็คือจากอายุน้อยกลุ่มที่เป็นประถมมัธยมอะไรอย่างนี้ก่อนแต่ส่วนมหาลัยเนี่ยน่าจะช้านะคะจะเปิดก่อนก็เฉพาะกลุ่มที่เป็นนักเรียนปริญญาเอกเท่านั้นนะคะแล้วก็ที่สำคัญคือเด็กโตเหล่านี้เด็กมหาลัยเนี่ยมันจะต้องมีการอยู่หอนะคะเขาก็เลยมองว่าเป็นพื้นที่ที่เสี่ยงก็น่าจะยังไม่เปิดเร็วๆนี้แล้วก็แต่ละจังหวัดของเขาก็เปิดไม่พร้อมกันแล้วแต่สถานการณ์ความพร้อมคงคล้ายของเรานะคะว่าจังหวัดไหนที่ไม่มีกลุ่มเสี่ยงอะไรอย่างเงี้ย เดี๋ยวถ้าเกิดจะเปิดอาจจะทยอยกันหรือเปล่านะคะมีคำถามมาอีกท่านหนึ่งนะคะจากอาจารย์ชาลีนะคะอาจารย์กอล์ฟนะคะบอกว่าถามดร.หญิงว่าผู้ปกครองมีส่วนร่วมต่อลักษณะการเรียนการสอนออนไลน์ยังไงบ้างเช่นผู้ปกครองร่วมเรียนรู้ไปพร้อมกับนักศึกษาให้เห็นว่าถึงแม้การเรียนจะเปลี่ยนไปนักศึกษายังได้ความรู้ครบถ้วนโอเคเดี๋ยวจะลองถามดูนะคะโอเคดร.หญิง they have a question not only for us or for the students but for the parents of the students. Do you have any experience, or maybe your colleagues again, about the undergrad? I think that's group. Have you learned some feedback from the parents that worry or not about the online learning and teaching? Do they, like learning together alongside with their children, or I don't know. What about the experience in China?that they make sure that their children still get a good quality of education or not if they get online.
To be honest, I really have no idea about parents because my university has very secret system academic staff and support staff. So every student has another development advisor who is closely to affairs related to like dormitory living and contact like parents. Parents are not allowed to contact staff, academic staff. So I have never talked with parents in the past years. And because all the teachings in English, I really have no idea how many parents can understand the content of our lectures delivered in English. So I don't have any first-hand information about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I understand because the level of the study is quite different, in the undergraduate, and even if the staff are not really allowed to interact directly with the parents, right? This is what I understand.
Yeah, I don't know any parent, and I didn't talk to them.
Okay, I see.
And
so okay, I'll translate a bit. Okay ก็ด้วยความที่อาจารย์ดร.หญิงเนี่ยนะคะเขาสอนในระดับบัณฑิตศึกษาแล้วโครงสร้างมหาลัยด้วยนะคะว่าอาจารย์เนี่ยแทบจะไม่มีโอกาสได้คุยกับผู้ปกครองอันนี้น่าสนใจนะคะว่าไม่เหมือนประเทศเราเนาะไม่ว่าจะสอนป.ตรีป.โทอะไรเราก็อาจจะอยากจะผู้ปกครองเข้าถึงอาจารย์ได้งั้นเขาก็เลยบอกว่าเขาอาจจะไม่มีประสบการณ์โดยตรงนะคะสำหรับผู้ปกครองว่ามีความเห็นยังไง Okay, Ying, I understood. Maybe the situation is quite different from Thailand because for myself, for example, I was called by a lot of parents in the first week. Yeah, what happened and how can we do online? How my children, I want them to come back home, and why you still give them a group work? They have to go out to work with their friends. That's a lot of complaint directly to me in the first week. So I know that how they feel with the online but of course the majority of the parents call, they worry about the health and safety rather than the education quality at that time. You have to think. โอเคถ้าเกิดใครมีคำถามตอนนี้ก็ส่งพิมพ์เข้ามาได้เลยนะคะเราก็ยินดีเสมอแล้วก็ตรงนี้มีDr. Satakun and Yan if you want to add please we can share or Ying even if you want to know something about Thailand we can share too.
Are you still working in office?
Nope. No, we are all working online.
Online, yes, online.
Yeah. Only this month the government a little bit relaxed of the measure but not really open the university yet. Okay.
I actually have a question though about the two, but I think that Dinatika mentioned that you gonna ask Ying about about the tool that teacher use for teaching and the tool that the student use for learning. I think we have some difference between Thailand and China. But I would like to ask that what tool that you use to teach actually?
Um,
Only online and Zoom or
I don't know whether I can share my screen. We have a platform called Big Blue Button.
Big Blue Button. Yes.
Yes, and we have our own server of Big Blue Button, and we have a professional support team. Like we have educational technology support behind it. So the interface is very friendly, and as far as I know, and I also use it very much. It's the multi-user whiteboard function of Big Blue Button. So that will allow all the participants to draw, to highlight, to test on the same screen, and it's like spontaneously and in real time, and everyone can see the outcome. And one of my colleagues who teach design studio had showed me that they use that in the class.
Can you say it again? Is it a big group big group button?
Big Blue Button.
Right?
Big Blue Button.
Is in the Canvas platform.
Okay. Very
Yeah,
interesting.
Big Blue Button, and
Would you like to share on the screen if you like? I can stop my
can.
screen.
I can. I need to open it at first.
Okay.
Actually, our student in engineering, international engineering of KMITL use this platform already in Canvas, and in Canvas it have a Big Blue Button for online learning.
I wonder, is that prepared and provided by the university, right? So everyone can access and use the advanced mode for free, or do they need to
Yes,
pay?
everyone can use it for free. And let me think what I can share with you.
Okay, I will stop sharing and then you click on the sharing screen, so you can do so.
Okay, give me one moment.
Okay.
Yes, internet is a little bit slow.
Okay.
So
why you use the time, I can share my experience that somehow my student not yet understand how to present their model yet, or their drawing, because a lot of things that they drawing they didn't have any dimension or any scale that show me that how big of the thing they do. So that my first lecture for them to please use the clear dimension and have the what is called scale on the thing that they share, because we usually face to face, and then somehow they forget to to make the dimension clearly, and then somehow we said to them that, oh, okay, get your scale ruler and then measure it.
Okay, I think that's for the studio and design thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
The
they
first thing
might
that I
not fit
faced.
all. Okay. And also, then Dr. Non Ritirong, another question, asking Dr. Ying that how could you help some students who not really who cannot access well to the internet, either the equipment or the internet service? Do you find some student that can, some struggle with the internet access?
จริงผมพูดเป็นภาษาไทยได้ไหมครับจริงๆ point เนี่ยครับผมมีความรู้สึกว่าจริงๆประเทศไทยเนี่ยเราไม่ได้ตั้งตัวในการที่เราเจอวิกฤตอันเนี้ยถ้าเกิดเราตั้งตัวแต่แรกเช่นเราคุยกันไว้แต่แรกเลยว่าเราจะใช้สมมตินะครับใช้ทีมใช้ Microsoft Teams แล้วก็มีการ assignment ทุกอย่างผ่าน Microsoft แล้วทุกคนเนี่ยรู้ว่าตื่นเช้าขึ้นมาเขาต้องมาเข้า Microsoft Teams ก่อนหรือว่าอย่างที่คุณหญิงใช้ในเรื่องของ Canvas ซึ่งนักเรียนของนานาชาติวิศวะเราเนี่ยก็ใช้อยู่เขาจะมีความเชี่ยวชาญเรื่องนี้มากกว่าเด็กอื่นนะครับเขาจะรู้เลยว่าอาจารย์จะ assignment มาในรูปแบบนี้เขาต้องเตรียมตัวยังไงเขาต้องส่งงานยังไงซึ่งผมเห็นความโปรของเด็กที่จริงๆก็คือปี2เองถูกไหมครับตัวเนี้ยจริงๆไอปัญหาตัวเนี้ยผมว่าทุกอย่างจะแก้ได้ถ้าเกิดเราเตรียมพร้อมอะเราเซตกันทั่วทั้งมหาลัยว่าเราจะใช้แพลตฟอร์มนี้เป็นหลักนะทุกคนเข้ามาคุณต้องดู1 2 3 4 assignment แบบนี้ทำอย่างนี้นะครับซึ่งอันนี้เป็นไอเดียผมคือจริงๆเรื่องพวกนี้มันน่าจะไม่มีปัญหาถ้าเกิดเราเซตอัพเป็นระบบของสถาบันครับ
ค่ะเดี๋ยวมีคำถามอีกหญิง Are you hear me? Did you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. That's a question from Dr. Non Litirong again that he wondered how do you help the student who cannot access to the internet or cannot access to the digital equipment and also and Dr. Jaranya also wonder about in China context as well like they cannot equally access to the information or internet service did you find this kind of experience
we didn't. The main issue for us is not Chinese students. Our main issue is international students and staff who are overseas, and because of the internet control of China, they have difficulty to access. Or the quality of audio is not as good as other places. But by using VPN or some other technology, most staff and students have no problem with online teaching. And most classes, as far as I know, use mixed style. Like some lectures are pre-recorded, so students can replay. When the internet is more stable, and then we have tutorial online. And another countermeasure is for students who have different time difference or have difficulty, like missed one session, live streaming session, and the teachers will provide additional tutorials.
Okay, so it seems like they're not the major problem of the access to the internet, right? Because I think the one of the key infrastructure in China ก็เขาด้วยความที่ดร.หญิงนะคะส่วนใหญ่ก็จะสอนนักศึกษาที่เป็นนานาชาติเพราะว่าอยู่ในมหาวิทยาลัยที่เป็นร่วมกับทางลิเวอร์พูลด้วยเนี่ยนะคะเขาก็บอกว่ายังอาจจะไม่เจอปัญหาเรื่องของการเข้าไม่ถึงอินเทอร์เน็ตอาจจะไม่ใช่เรื่องใหญ่แต่ว่ามันจะเป็นเรื่องคล้ายๆกับคุณภาพมากกว่าอาจจะเป็นคุณภาพของเสียงหรือว่าเรื่องอุปกรณ์ซอฟต์แวร์หรืออะไรอย่างเงี้ยมากกว่าที่อาจจะไม่ได้คุณภาพที่ดีเท่านะคะค่ะก็คิดว่าอันเนี้ยน่าจะต่างกับเรานิดนึงในบริบทของเรานะคะแล้วก็okay there's one more question from Waterly what is the average length per session for optimal communication I guess Waterly mean during the teaching and learning what is the average length like that should be good for both learner and teacher
if it's a pre-recorded video better to limit it within 10 minutes for each segment And for online class, for lecture, I think we still keep the original timetable, like 1 hour lecture with 10 minutes break, 2 hours lecture, like finished in 111 minutes with 10 minutes break in between. But if you organize some activities in the middle of your lecture, that will make students like focus better. And it's really very, very demanding if they have to like listen to the lecture all the time. And another thing I have learned is that students are in very different environment, and some students, they have little brothers, sisters at home, and their home environment is noisy. So in general, for online teaching, we should have like try to not to make assessments and also lecturing too demanding for them. Otherwise, it's too stressful and it's not healthy. So we need to adjust the assessment so to meet the learning outcomes, but not to over assess, because it's already very challenging for our students. So that's something we are doing very hard recently. Like every staff has to attend the training, online assessment, how to set it up correctly, and also all this like how to the validity and also academic integrated issues, and also how to keep assessment aligned with learning outcomes, but with smart design or with less cost too, because online examination and assessment is super stressful for students and not healthy. That's another thing we should bear in mind. And I suppose for architecture students, studio life on campus was already very stressful, and now they are really on their own. So maybe we really need to consider.
Very interesting.
Their life easier.
And you mentioned all of these, like if the record that would be no more than 10 minutes, and then if the lecture online 1 hour and then a break for 10 minutes. Is that for postgraduate or graduate student or in general?
For all the classes, it's just the same as conventional classes, right? I don't feel very much different. I mean, online teaching very different from the in classroom teaching.
Right. Okay. I just pause a bit. ก็เดี๋ยวช่วยแปลนิดนึงนะคะสำหรับคำถามที่บอกว่าไอ้ระยะเวลาของการสื่อสารออนไลน์แบบเนี้ยไอ้จุดพอดีเนี่ยมันอยู่ที่เซสชันหนึ่งหรือช่วงหนึ่งเนี่ยมันอยู่ที่เท่าไหร่นะคะยกตัวอย่างก็เลยถามดร.หญิงว่าอย่างถ้าเป็นเรื่องของการสอนอะไรอย่างเงี้ยนะคะเขาบอกว่าถ้ามันเป็นคลาสแบบอาจารย์เนี่ยเรคคอร์ดเอาไว้ก่อนแล้วก็ค่อยเอาไปให้นักเรียนเปิดฟังเองเนี่ยก็ไม่ควรจะเกิน10นาทีน่าสนใจนะคะบางทีเรานึกว่าโอ้โหเลคเชอร์เป็นชั่วโมงเลยนักศึกษายังฟังอยู่อะไรเงี้ยไม่ใช่นะได้คุณภาพเนี่ยคือ10นาทีอันนี้คือแบบไม่มีอินเตอร์แอคนะคะแต่ถ้าเกิดเป็นออนไลน์เนี่ยทุกๆ1ชั่วโมงก็ต้องเบรกอย่างน้อย10นาทีค่ะอันนี้มันก็จะมีอะไรนิดนึงที่ต่างไปจากแบบที่เราเลคเชอร์กันแบบ face to face ในห้องเรียนนะคะแล้วก็ที่สำคัญที่เรายังไม่ได้ทำเลยไม่รู้มหาลัยไหนทำแล้วหรือเปล่านะคะคือการเอาอาจารย์เนี่ยค่ะมาเทรนอบรมเรื่องของการประเมินนะคะแบบที่เป็นธรรมสำหรับกรณีที่ต้องมีการเรียนการสอนออนไลน์เพราะว่าไม่ใช่ทุกคนเนาะที่จะพร้อมบางคนแบบไปนั่งเรียนในบ้านเขามีเสียงรบกวนอะไรอย่างเงี้ยการเรียนรู้มันอาจจะไม่มีประสิทธิภาพเท่าเพื่อนคนอื่นที่ไม่เจอสถานการณ์แบบนั้นเพราะฉะนั้นตรงนี้ก็ต้องมีการอบรมหรือฝึกการประเมินนะคะให้กับผู้สอนด้วยอันนี้ก็น่าสนใจมากๆThank you so much, Ying. Very interesting about the staff training, about the assessment training. It's important because it's not let's say all normal assessment, right? Okay.
It's mandatory for every staff of my university. So we have just, because it was around the midterm, and it's a time to set up assessment, particularly final examination. So that's why it was required that every staff has to attend all this training. But we learned a lot. Very helpful.
Yeah. Now we return not to be the lecturer or teacher. We are now the student again, learning, teaching online. Okay. So I welcome more questions or even sharing with Dr. Ying, and I myself really welcome and keen to learn from all of you, the audience, and also the co-host here.
And Antika, I can try to share my screen, but I just found, the Zoom sharing screen, so I cannot share my screen.
Okay. No, I will stop mine. I will stop mine, and then you can click new sharing, right?
And also, Zoom on my desktop is not stable. It's always closed itself.
Okay, no problem. But you mentioned about that software, that should be fine. We can learn more. Big blue button, no? Or is that the name of that? It's kind of canvas. Okay.
I can send you a link and you can join a big blue button and you can share your screen. That would be better, in fact.
Thank you so much. Okay, so I hope that very soon the university and your university will open and come back to see face-to-face again. But I don't know how if not talking about education, how about in the individual level? Did you get used to with the physical distancing or measure, like wearing mask every time whenever you're getting out, or cleaning with the alcohol, cleaning your hand and keep distance with other? I don't know. How was the situation?
Hi, this is a quick look at closed caption. So this is similar to what we did in the Flash client.
Today is the last day of my quarantine before I can return to campus, so I haven't returned to campus. And from what I've heard from my colleague is we still have this social isolation policy. So no meeting, no big meeting. Most meetings still online, and you can work in your office. And if you go to the cafeteria on campus, mostly you can take away and eat quietly in your office. Or if you sit in, you have to have this social distance to each other. So it becomes a new culture, and everyone's wearing a mask everywhere. I returned to Suzhou. And I found nearly everyone is wearing masks, and people are really very much self-disciplined.
Yeah.
I'm very surprised because I had thought the level of social isolation should be more relaxed in another city far away, like 1,000 kilometers away from my hometown. But in fact, I found the level of self-discipline, social isolation is very high. It has become new culture that if you don't wear a mask, people will look at you very strangely because everyone is wearing a mask. Right. That's something.
I think it's quite similar here. Yeah, it's quite similar here. Then whenever you get out from the house or just in your neighborhood, you wear the mask automatically. It's one of the outfit already. And maybe for the next time, if we Okay, you want to share the screen, so I can stop sharing my screen now, and then okay, you can click the share button.
Work out because okay, this one.
Yeah.
You see it?
Okay, I think it's coming. Okay, this one, big blue button.
Yes, this is the online teaching platform, and this is how the recordings are centralized. That's all the recordings. It's not moving, right? My screen.
Oh yeah, it's moving.
Okay,
it's still moving.
Yeah, so this is all the recordings. You can edit description, and it's all available to students, and that's the interface of Big Blue Button. So we have like main function is the slide show, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm. So you upload your lecture file.
Yes. So for example, and the students can download it if you make it downloadable. They can download it when we present. And after it's being uploaded,
this one is not the software, I guess. Is this like the cloud link, right? Is it just like the link that you can access on the website, right?
No, it's not a link. It's what do you mean it's a link?
I mean, do we need to download the software first, or we actually access by the link of the Big Blue Button?
Oh, it's online.
Okay. That's great. So it's kind of the cloud.
Yeah, it's on the university. It's on the university server.
Mm-hmm. It means that you have your own platform that link to Big Blue Button, is it?
Yeah, and everyone can be the presenter.
Mm-hmm.
And we can start like recording, and it will be recorded, and we can pause. And here and for each slide, we can like write text, and and also can draw.
Okay, I see. Okay, I heard someone. Okay, thank you so much. I think there are many choices nowadays. We learn more and more. Some students, like they have to download many applications on one platform, on one device, because the teacher or the lecturer use so much different software. So I think your idea would be another choice as well. Okay. So if there are no more questions, perhaps next time, if we can arrange the meeting again, perhaps, Ying, because you say today is the last day of the isolation, right? The measure, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what happened next week or next month. Perhaps we come back and we might like to see example of the physical space in your university after come back. We don't know. The situation keeps changing month by month.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So tonight, thank you so much, Dr. Ying Chang. I think it's quite. What time are you now? I think 9 o'clock, right?
Yeah, 9 o'clock in the evening.
In the evening.
Yeah.
So, okay, I think we both heard you a lot of questions and a lot of want to learn from you. I think we learned that not only the technology but also the spirit of people there is quite positive and is quite encouraging to learn the new thing at all times. So that's why China is a lot more advanced in many things, like including about the online technology, teaching and learning. Okay, and as you say, Ying, it's not forever, this situation, and I'm sure that will be recovered very soon. And many people saying that maybe in the near future, 1 year or 2 years, it just can be like the season flu. So we might get used to it. It's not like another pandemic anymore. Okay.
Can I make a final comment? I haven't spoken so
yes,
much.
Sure,
But
please.
I just want to make a comment that, like, we are kind of how do you say it? This pandemic is a very serious health issue, and it's kind of like woken us up to bring us into like the technology we have. So I kind of see the way forward is that we will be working online more. But if anything, we should be, how do you say, like, using what is the possibility of social distancing, or we can walk in the park. Like, we should be focusing more energies to find ways how can we socially interact with students or staff members within the restrictions to make life more normal, but using technology to teach. So
yeah,
to be more creative, basically. That's what I think.
Right.
Because what I think is that I think people can learn online, but they need something else on the outside or some kind of other tools to socialize. I think that's what's missing in all this, what's happening now.
Yeah, exactly. Many of the students that really want to come back, not to see the university physically.
It's because they want to be with friends. So
yes. And also the teacher, the lecturer, and some atmosphere, or we call the vibe, the creative vibe, many things that online cannot be, cannot replace for that. Okay.
Also, I had an idea after just my last point, is that I do feel that it's difficult. For example, if a student did not have a computer, or the internet was slow, or, they're working in a space with next to their parents. Something like this is not ideal learning situation, but like the two things, like one, if the student didn't have enough money to buy a computer and universities were going online for the long term, then I think we should be empathetic to give back some small incentive for the student to buy a computer to get the fast internet connection. If someone needed to go to the university, maybe this kind of special booth or a sanitized place that there's a workstation, there's a computer, so people can still access what they need to. So as teachers, we know exactly 100% that everybody is receiving the information properly, then everything can be okay.
Yeah, I agree. So that's when the situation is more, let's say even the social isolation is more relaxed and not that strict, we can do so. I really look forward that we should prepare the certain case.
Things,
What Jan said is very important. Some certain place that students can get together, maybe 50% than the normal situation. Okay.
And my final point, as an architect, I think this is my prediction, is that the future trend is that we will not be working in large spaces of 50 or 100 people, whether it's in universities or in offices. Like, the trend will be that offices will become decentralized, smaller and smaller, people working in smaller groups, something like this. So the way we are learning is changing. It also means at the same time, the way we are working outside is also changing as well. So we are preparing students to prepare them to what they would be facing outside anyway.
Right. Yeah, very interesting.
And another thing might be like retrofitting buildings, like in terms of ventilation, in terms of ventilating buildings, the air is 100% like hospital grade standard within existing buildings.
We have to change our design.
This will change with the existing building to make it more safe and healthy.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe next time we come back with more tangible thing like talking about how the space and the buildings and architecture and built environment will be changed.
Sure.
Yeah,
That's my last point.
You mean that we have to change the air condition? No?
I think something like that.
The ventilation and some
many things. Yeah. So, and of course, Ying, if you update with something, maybe you can, invite your colleagues who have some very specific experience like this, if they have more comments about the physical environment, that very welcome.
I would like to invite all of you for my tomorrow section, but my tomorrow session is in Thai. I will update the world of construction now. They didn't have their own process anymore. Right now they use the camera on the top of some head and then walk through for have what they call site speculation and something. Yeah, a lot of things change right now.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much, Ying. I will close the session. ก็ขอบคุณมากๆเลยนะคะประมาณ1ชั่วโมงที่เราได้เหมือนกับนั่งคุยกันเนาะแต่ว่าก็อยากให้ทุกท่านเนี่ยจริงๆก็ขอบคุณทุกท่านที่อยู่ทางบ้านนะคะเป็นผู้ชมที่พิมพ์คำถามเข้ามาด้วยนะคะคือเนื่องจากว่าดร.หญิงเนี่ยอยู่ที่ประเทศจีนใช่ไหมคะแล้วก็เรื่องการเรียนออนไลน์เลยเนี่ยเขาเริ่มมาก่อนเราก็เลยสนใจมากที่จะอยากเรียนรู้จากทางนั้นว่าเป็นยังไงแล้วก็ปรับตัวกันยังไงแล้วก็จากนี้ไปด้วยนะคะปรากฏว่าเรื่องออนไลน์มันไม่ใช่เรื่องที่ยากเย็นเลยเพียงแต่ว่าเขาค่อนข้างจะเปิดกว้างที่จะเรียนรู้อะไรใหม่ๆแล้วก็พยายามที่จะปรับไอ้อุปกรณ์เครื่องมือซอฟต์แวร์หรือแม้กระทั่งอินเทอร์เน็ตปรากฏว่าอินเทอร์เน็ตก็ดีหรือซอฟต์แวร์ก็ดีเนี่ยนักศึกษาของเขาเนี่ยไม่ได้เข้าถึงยากนะคะแล้วก็ค่อนข้างที่จะทั่วถึงเรียกว่าเป็นคล้ายๆกับเป็นพื้นฐานสาธารณูปโภคพื้นฐานเลยนะคะเรื่องของอินเทอร์เน็ตเพราะฉะนั้นไอ้ตรงนี้เองเนี่ยทำให้บางทีคำถามของเราเขาก็งงๆมันยังมีคนที่เข้าไม่ถึงเลยหรือเปล่าอะไรเงี้ยแต่ก็เรื่องอินเทอร์เน็ตอาจจะไม่ใช่ประเด็นแต่จะเป็นสภาพแวดล้อมของการเรียนมากกว่ารวมถึงพยายามปรับวิธีการสอนนะคะการบันทึกการสอนที่ต้องมีช่วงเบรกที่สำคัญคือต้องอบรมนะคะผู้สอนให้มีการประเมินในวิธีแบบใหม่ที่เข้าใจการเรียนการสอนที่เปลี่ยนไปด้วยจะใช้วิธีการประเมินเหมือนเดิมก็ไม่ได้นะคะนอกนั้นค่อนข้างจะ positive ในแง่ของการมีการเรียนออนไลน์ค่ะยกเว้นบางอย่างนะคะเช่นการทำงานกลุ่มหรือการทำเวิร์กช็อปอะไรเงี้ยออนไลน์มันก็ยังแทนที่ไม่ได้และจบท้ายด้วยเมื่อกี้ที่เราอาจารย์ยานนะคะแล้วก็อาจารย์สัตคุณเนี่ยพูดถึงก็คือเรื่องของบรรยากาศการเรียนเนาะหลายอย่างมันยังไม่เอื้อกับการสอนสถาปัตย์เท่าไหร่นะคะนั่นหมายถึงว่าต่อให้ยังไม่หมดโควิดมันก็ควรจะมีพื้นที่ใดพื้นที่หนึ่งในมหาลัยในคณะที่เรียกว่ารักษาความสะอาดปลอดเชื้อเรียบร้อยแล้วเนี่ยให้เด็กมารวมตัวกันได้ก็ยังคงหวังว่าเราจะได้ทำอย่างนั้นในเร็ววันนะคะโดยเฉพาะที่คณะสถาปัตย์ทุกๆมหาวิทยาลัยตอนนี้ที่กำลังรออยู่มากๆคือกลับมาได้เจอกันโอเคดร.หญิง thank you so much for tonight and really look forward to meet you again in some other more questions about maybe the physical measure or physical arrangement that would be something might change or not in the near future. And thank you for Jan and Satakun for joining us to be the co-host. And thank you for everyone for your question and your attend as well. You attend until 1 hour already. Thank you so much. Bye bye until next time.
Sawadee krap.
Bye. สวัสดีค่ะ
再见.
再见. Thank you.